Just don't look into wishing well.
Did Timmy fall in the well again?
No. I forgot his name. It's not Timmy though.
Lassie?
No.
I was going to say, Lassie's the dog that and usually ends up going to get Timmy.
Yeah, no, we put him in the well, and then some idiot let him out by giving him the
you
key.
think after the 10th episode of that show and Timmy doing something stupid, eventually someone would be like, all right, Timmy, you're the problem. We're keeping you in this house under strict observation, and that's the end of the show.
Nah, motherfucker, I just throw Timmy's ass back in the well.
Stay in there, you nuisance.
I'll
you can come out when you've learned your lesson. It puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again.
Yo, I seen this meme the other day. It was this black chick, and she was like, white people, let me ask you, do you use lotion? And if so, what do you use it for? And then this white chick comes on, and she's just crying, and she goes, yes, we use lotion because we don't want the hose again.
Yeah, because we don't want the hose again.
I was dead.
I love a well-placed Silence of the Lambs reference. I haven't watched that movie in a minute.
It reminds me of a little Titus bit he does in one of his acts where he's like, Clint Eastwood doesn't moisturize. Clint Eastwood should probably moisturize.
I'm just saying, looks a little dry to me.
I mean, I don't care. I just like to have an excuse to say moist. There's always that one person that does not like it.
It's crazy how there's an entire demographic that's bothered by the word moist.
Moist. Well, it's probably because you notice that it's mostly women, too.
It is. We had a coworker up at OG that didn't like it, and I'd like throwing it in random bits of conversation when talking to her just to watch her reaction.
The day he had a moist towelette, he was about red with laughter.
Yo.
Because there was no denying it. It said it on the moist towelette.
You want to know my theory on women that don't like the word moist?
Oh, boy.
They've never been moist.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike.
I feel for him.
The edit button.
Moister than an oyster.
Moister than an oyster.
That's the only thing that could come to mind.
That's the way I like it.
And yes, folks, this is mostly what our conversations are about.
If you don't like it, you're watching the wrong show.
Change the channel at any point. We don't mind. There's probably some cartoons on somewhere. That's probably a little bit more better.
They got
for the
rid of
brain.
most of them on TV.
Wait, what? What?
There is no Saturday morning block for cartoons on TV anymore.
Now we've got full.
We've got the
TV
motherfucking
channels.
Cartoon Network, bro.
Like
we don't
actual
need Saturday
TV
morning blocks.
And guess what? They play like Gumball.
Yeah, there's if you get different TV packages,
they don't even get like a cool series of shows anymore.
Yeah, but you can get
some of them you got to pay for.
Yeah,
but through the major networks.
You know, advanced cable packages and whatnot. Because I'm not sure how long it's been
There's two
since
Cartoon Networks.
Yeah.
They have two different channels now.
And then there's also an offshoot on top of that for Boomerang that's just the old school cartoons.
Yeah. There's always been Boomerang.
Yeah, if you pay for more advanced packages,
all coming back to you.
You get more channels.
No.
So instead of us getting like dedicated blocks like we did when we were kids today, if they have cable, they can go to channels where they just get a specific thing we only got for a couple hours.
Yeah.
All day, every day if they wanted.
Let's be serious though. I had cable up to my old apartment, right?
How often did you use it?
The only reason I had cable is because it came with my apartment.
Right.
I have a almost 6-year-old. You know what he did? Went to fucking Netflix and found whatever the hell he wanted to watch and put it on.
Or YouTube.
Or yeah. Netflix or YouTube. I swear to God. And the worst part is we didn't even teach him that. I mean, we kind of did because we would find something and play it for him, but he would be about like 2.5, 3 years old. He grabbed the remote because we have a Roku, and there's a button that says Netflix on the remote, and that button is red letters with a white background. You can tell it's the Netflix fucking logo, even if you can't read.
Yeah. It
You
looks the same.
recognize that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, he clicks the button, and then he hits the Boss Baby icon
Boss Baby. Yeah,
because he knows how to use the goddamn remote.
that was Jack's too.
And he'd hit the Boss Baby icon, and it would just pop up, and he could just scroll through and click a picture he liked. You don't even have to read. You can just click the pictures if you want to. He knows what they are. Oh, that's Sonic.
It's not to really
I
get
switched the rotation.
somewhat philosophical on it or what have you, but the ease of technology, if you sit there and look at it, is great. Because in this day and age, like you just said, a very young toddler can pick something up and operate it efficiently like an adult would. Now, inversely, though, this creates a very short instant gratification loop that is hard to break, because with how pervasive technology is, that instant gratification is everywhere.
What do these kids know about a feature-length movie on TNT?
Well, not even that, and it's not even a creative bias, but I'm kind of on the end that, like, in this day and age more than ever, it's probably the best thing we could do is give them some sort of hobby or trade that they could get into to, like, learn that development of discipline and delayed gratification, I guess you could say, where you've got to put in the time, effort, and be patient to get the reward at the end.
So, they have certain toys out there that actually do that, believe it or not. And you wouldn't believe
Video
this
games
shit.
are actually kind of along the delayed gratification thing too, because
But-
you actually have to achieve certain things to get to progress. So there is.
So, believe it or not, a lot of the cheap toys offer delayed gratification. Do you know why?
There's less digital components in them.
No, that's not the delayed gratification that I'm talking about. So
That requires more imagination.
I couldn't tell you how many times I'll get my son something that he wants, right? And I pull it out of the box, and I have to assemble it and put the stickers on. And he helps me do it. So he doesn't get to play with it right away. And it happens all the fucking time. He has to wait for it, and then he has to actually help me put it together, and then he has to
Has
actually
he
put the
been
stickers
becoming
on
a
it.
bigger fan of puzzles and stuff as he's gotten older?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that might be his thing then.
You know what Jack really likes? The Magna blocks.
Oh,
The
yeah. I
magnet
remember.
ones?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got those for Ben.
Oh,
I might end up doing that with the daughter though.
Oh, yeah, no, Munchkin's drawing all the way. Speaking of, when I picked her up from school one day, I asked her about the one she drew for you, the capybara. That is an original.
oh, right.
That didn't come out of a book or anything.
Oh,
That she thought
cool.
of that. That one's an
Nice.
original.
Nice. Yeah,
So, yeah. You got one of her first original detailed
Cool.
pieces.
Cool.
I was quite impressed by that.
I like how it looked like it was coming out of a little mug.
Yeah.
What grade was Maria when she did that?
That was third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was third. The one on my no, this one's this year. What was last year's? Or maybe that one was no, that one was
It's at least 3 years old.
no. Or is that second grade?
I think that was second grade, bro. You've had that for a while.
Yeah, because it was a sticker.
Yeah, I'm trying
It
to.
was a sticker on this amp like 3 years ago.
I think because I don't have the one from last year sitting around. I'm honestly kind of disappointed in myself. I think it was a turtle and a sun she did last year. Because I got her current one for this year
Okay.
on my computer right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I have that one too.
It's funny. I love her art projects, but I love going through her sketchpad more. She honestly does better work for her when she's just doing it on her own than she does for the school.
I wonder if the school's ever seen her sketchpad, like the art teacher.
I don't think so. She's never taken it in. But her friends, like Dean's noticed that since we've been here, her friends will actually ask her to draw for them, and she'll do it. And some of those drawings she's done have been better than some of her art projects that have made it to the displays in the mall, which I find kind of amusing. And in that regard, I'm kind of more than certain the art teacher's probably seen them.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure one of her friends has probably been like, look what she did. This is really cool. Although I in that regard too, I am really proud of her. She got a coloring book. Her mom got her a coloring book for birthday. One of the more like adult level detailed ones. And she spent about an hour a day for 3 days on one picture. Now, when she was done, there were certain elements of the background she just kind of sped
Yeah, right,
through,
right.
but some of the more detailed bits and bobs, she really
Yeah.
put the time and effort into. It took her a few days. I'm quite proud of her for that.
She made it so it was like 100% solid too.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, one of the techniques she used was the character in it. She was trying to get the right color for the hair, so she did this cross hatching technique with 2 different colors, and it blended it, and that's how she got the color.
Nice.
And I was really impressed because I've seen that as a tutorial in like a short that popped up, because I've got some of that pops up in like my algorithms and whatnot, just so I don't know anything about art for that matter, so I'm trying to do my due diligence as a good parent and try to learn this stuff so I can help her. And that was a more advanced technique that I saw from another artist, and she just figured it out on her own because she's like, oh, hey, what if I do this? She did that, and it worked. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm not that creative.
She is.
Anyway,
The one thing I don't like trying to like push her too hard with certain things, but lately one thing I've been trying to urge her to do after seeing the amount of detail she can just do with like I don't know what you want to cut. It's not illustration, and it's not inking because she doesn't use ink, but essentially combining the two on her own drawings. Because she only colors in coloring books, and most of her drawings are just pencil.
Really takes you a bit to really just get into a multimedia. And like when you're younger, it's like when you're doing it with that one thing, it's with that one thing. Like trans.
We've been rambling for a bit.
no, the computer's not picking up Dean when he's
No, it
talking.
is.
Oh yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in there when we just talked.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's why I urge you guys to.
Oh, you need
Okay.
to stay up on the mic a little more, bro.
Yeah. Like if you notice, mine's basically up against my face.
I'm sorry, guys. I was watching the computer, and when Dean was saying something, I didn't see his thing go up and down at all, saying the computer got him. And I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
he
did that
wasn't-
catch that?
He wasn't seeing the waveform spiking.
That's the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry. Not a technical guy. Anyway, So now that we've been rambling for a bit, welcome to the Herbalist Podcast. I don't think we've said that yet.
We're 15 minutes in, and no, we
Yeah.
have not. We've just been going down a tirade, and I apologize. The first, like, a good chunk of that was just me being a fucking parent. But anyway, I do apologize for that.
We love our kids.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We are back again with Rob and Dean. Obviously, we've been talking for a few minutes now, so I'm sure. Who just handed this to me? Did you hand this to me? Okay.
Oh.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? I think I fucked up. We're switching up the rotation again. See, that's why you can't have somebody in the middle. We got to be in a circle. Oh, that was bad. We got to be in a circle.
Well, that's just the way things are set up right now.
Circle up, people.
Oh no.
Anyway, got a couple of different things to talk about today with y'all. First off, how was everybody's week?
A week.
It was a week.
I was losing my headphones.
How was your week?
Good, I suppose.
Dramatic.
No, I had to think. I kind of had to think about it. Well, it really wasn't too terribly eventful. The weather's been kind of shitty, so
Yeah.
and once again, I really haven't been able to go out and do anything other than just kind of hang out inside and
So,
play games and whatnot. Other than that, I've just been kind of writing and whatnot.
oh, that's good. And we're expecting new music here from you.
Well, I've got the backlog going. The last song was a week ago of Ash and Carnage.
Yep.
If any of our listeners haven't checked it out yet and you're into that kind of stuff, I'd say hop on over. The link for my YouTube is in the description for all the videos.
Yep. It's
Or
worth a
if
listen.
it's not your thing and you know someone that would probably want to give it a shot, there you go. It's not glorious or
If you're
overly polished. It's just, honestly, at this point, it's just me wanting to get it out into the world.
if you're friends with either one of us, I know I shared it after Rob posted it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're Facebook friends, I know it's on our feeds
Oh,
too.
yeah.
If you didn't see it already,
Oh, yeah. That one's actually gotten some pretty good traction so far. The production value on that is a little bit better than Saturn.
I like Saturn.
The production value is going to be kind of wonky for all of them just because I've noticed how oddly the stems were. Like I was saying, at this point, some of the tracks, it's literally going to be polishing a turd, and I kind of accept that at this point. I just kind of set it as a goal. I'm way behind on it because, well, I could say life got in the way, but ultimately it's still my fault because I could have done it anyway and didn't.
Kind of like how I just restarted growing everything after I,
That's
killed
almost
everything
dead.
and let it die.
Pretty much, yeah, but more or less at the moment, it's finishing the backlog. I've got one other song, like I said, that's been finished. I've just been waiting to release it. I've also got another one. I just got to finish the final production stages on it. Those two are kind of the same, but not. And they're in a completely different genre than what I've been releasing so far. So I wanted to wait till the backlog's done. That's only 4 more songs, though. So that'll be relatively soon. And I got that other one I've been working on over the last couple weeks.
Nice. So
That one I will have to show you after we are done. So I
yes.
went to earlier, but you had to run off to the bathroom.
I had to pee.
That one I've been working on like almost daily for about 2 weeks now.
Huh? Well, don't give us too much of a teaser. I know it's gonna be a while before we hear it.
Oh no, it is gonna be a while because me and Denathan here are gonna be turning it into like a full scale production with our combined knowledge and equipment.
Denathan.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard that one yet.
Really? I
There's
say
been a lot of them.
I say that one every once in a while. I don't know why. That's just kind of where my brain gravitates to sometimes.
Sounds elegant.
A little bit. In that weird kind of B comedy
Yeah.
Yo.
kind of way.
Yo, Dean, you realize you're one of a few, like a select special few that, like, what's your legal full name?
Dean Campbell. I have no
Dean.
legal, no middle
Yeah,
name.
Really?
Mine's Franklin.
Yeah.
His is, sorry, Rob, but Rob's is Robert. Everybody
Well,
knows
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brother, his is Andrew. We call him Andy. You know what I'm saying? There are so many people out there that is like that, but you are one of a few. Like, even Zach's, when you meet a Zach,
Yeah.
his name's Zachary.
Usually, yeah. It's very slim
Yeah.
that it's legally just Zach.
Yeah.
Like, you are one of I really don't know. I can't think of a name off the top of my head that we just use the actual name.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because when I usually meet new people and they see my name or I tell them like my full name or what have you, they ask me what I prefer. I'm like, I honestly don't care. Just kind of go with what's comfortable. And most of the time, it's usually Rob. So I don't mind. It's gotten to the point now that anytime anyone uses my full name, it's like, what?
Psychologically,
What?
I've noticed if your name is Dean, you will be replaced also and confused with any other person that starts with the letter D. No matter how much the letters of the rest of the sound of the name stops. All right, so Dan Van Nuyten, for instance, we went to school together. When we were in class
Have you
together,
ever been called Dylan?
only on accident at work, but that was just because people literally just had brain fart, and I was like, "Excuse me," and they're like, "No, that was me." But again, that's the D thing.
That's why I had to ask, because that was the first name that popped to mind that was so drastically different than Dean.
Well, Dean and Dan are right there. You know what I'm saying? Dean, Dan, that's, you know.
But if you actually asked both of us, we would be like, "What the fuck?" And then also, and he would be like, "I'm up here, he's down here."
Yeah, they went to school together.
Yeah, they did. That's damn sure Dan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
in a nutshell.
Yeah, I can
I'm
hear
here, he's
that.
there. Hello. That's Dan. My bad. I spiked that.
I can hear that in his voice.
Uh-huh. Did he tell you that he used to hide a bowl outside of the Bosie's building so that way he could go get stoned when he left? Did he tell you he used to catch the city bus back to my house?
No, I did not know that.
He almost graduated, and that was because of me. So he left his parents' house. He almost graduated. He was in his junior year, but then he fucking he stopped going. He dropped out. Fucking I can't blame him. I mean, I dropped out of high school. I got a GED. But you know, some people school's not for them. That's when you acquire a trade, you know. Like Dan used to work in the oil field. That's good money.
I people usually kind of look at me funny, especially when I meet new people at work. Because I'm not. I didn't drop out of school. I graduated with honors from high school, a trade school, and high honors from a bachelor's degree in college.
I had no interest in school is the problem.
Wait, which BOCES
I
did you
don't-
take?
Criminal justice, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yep. I was CPR certified and had certification to be a security guard at one point. I could probably go back and get recertified if I brushed up on a few things, but I don't really have much interest in pursuing that. even when I was a teenager taking that class, and even now to this day, because I got asked, is like, now what did you hope to get out of this class? Because obviously the BOCES was more geared towards career education and whatnot.
Were you
and I was-
hoping towards a law credit?
No,
No.
I just wanted to learn.
Okay.
Because my stepbrother ended up taking the class, and the things he talked about kind of got me interested in it. So I wanted to experience it for myself, and that was the sole reason I took the class. They were not happy with that answer. It's like, you don't always have to have an end goal for wanting to learn something. Sometimes knowledge is more important than money, more rewarding.
Yeah. And it's kind of the wrong attitude to have.
No, not entirely.
No, not for you, for them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be encouraging kids to learn. Like, all your life, you're supposed to learn. So why are you discouraging somebody just because they want to know it now
Well,
and they have no interest in pursuing it? Maybe when they get through it, they might have an interest in pursuing it, especially if you present it correctly.
And I'll give them that. They did a good job at it, because I really loved my instructor and his little teacher aide there, because they both had actual law experience, and they had pretty good positions when they were active. They really fucking cool. They made the whole experience really fun, and really, like, I still remember a good chunk of it, and I don't remember much, but no, they did a good job at that. It's just I didn't really have any interest in pursuing the field. It was just stuff I wanted to kind of learn and experience. And it was quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, on the law topic, I actually had something I wanted to discuss with you guys today. Did anybody by chance hear about this guy? I think his name's Mitchell from Nevada.
No.
No? He got arrested a couple weeks ago. You didn't hear about this? Rob, I think I briefly told you about it.
No.
He got arrested for having his support animals on his property.
Oh.
Yeah, his 7 Bengal tigers.
Oh, yeah.
7 Bengal tigers.
They were his emotional support animal.
Emotional support tigers.
Yes, he said they were his emotional support tigers to help with his PTSD.
Okay.
Okay, man.
I don't know about you, but if I have 7 motherfucking tigers on my property, I'm pretty sure that's going to give me PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know.
It's only a matter of time before they turn.
You know, apparently he's been having
proven every time, even with the world's foremost tiger trainers.
Oh, yeah. These cats are still technically feral. Even your house cat. They are still capable of going off into the wild and taking care of themselves.
Yeah, dogs can't do that.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, but no. So apparently there's been reports of this motherfucker walking them around his property, unleashed, walking them off his property, unleashed, walking them just through the desert. This is a 71-year-old man. This motherfucker is 71 years old.
Shit.
Like, don't you know better? Like,
I did not expect the age to be 71.
apparently he's been dealing with Nevada and the county for years.
What would you do if you just walk down the street, there's a dude walking with a tiger unleashed?
I'd shoot it.
You don't have a gun, bud.
I would go buy a gun to find that tiger to shoot that motherfucker.
Hopefully you don't make the thing mad, though. Gotta think, that's a big animal. You don't have something big enough, you're just gonna piss it off.
Very true.
And they're fast.
I'm sorry, but like, no. Okay, if somebody's walking down the street with a tiger, I'm going to find isopropyl alcohol and
Make a fucking.
another household chemical.
Your first reaction's probably gonna be to run
run.
after you shit your pants.
After
Let's
you
be
shit your
honest.
pants.
Let's be honest about that.
I might be running while I'm shitting my pants.
Exactly. So if you're, what do you do with that? Like you just
Knowing
see someone
Frank,
with a tiger.
it's
It's like,
probably a good day, and he's going to be out smoking. So he would
Like-
have a joint. He would look at the joint, look at the tiger, look at the joint, look at the tiger, and then do all of that.
It might be worse than that. It might be worse than that. So if there's a guy walking a tiger down the street, chances are it's going to be a nice day. So chances are I'm going to be standing outside smoking weed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So chances are, if this tiger's not like making a scene as he's walking down the street, I'm going to be in my own little world, and they're just going to like walk in front of me, and I'm going to be like, is that a fucking tiger?
Just
I'm going to look at my weed, look at the tiger, look at my weed, and then I'm going to go back inside of wherever the fuck I'm at,
Yep.
because it ain't worth it.
that's definitely where I'd know about too. Like, especially if I'm already somewhere stoned, just happen to
Yo.
stumble outside with it. I'm like, see it. I'm like, nope, not doing this today. Put it
So-
up.
in a
Just-
different light,
Um,
I have found big dogs that would look normally mean, and I have led them back to their owners. Okay, a fucking tiger, fuck that.
So,
Yeah,
so
big cats are different than big dogs.
I have a story related
boy.
to this. Like the
Story time.
the noping out.
I think we're gonna call this episode that. It's gonna
Story
be
time?
story time because that's really all we've done so far. is
So-
just tell stories.
So, speaking of the tigers and noping out, so I, the couple years back, I was hanging out with some real fun guys. Last time I was hanging out with these fun guys.
Some mushrooms, some moss.
But anyway, I was,
It's all fun and games until you get hit with penis head.
right. So I'm just, chilling, relaxing. We're out back of my dude's house right down here in Horseheads. We're just out back right on fucking Grand Central Ave. And I'm like, I'm just chilling, and all of a sudden I got to take a shit. Right?
No.
And I'm right out the back door, and the bathroom's right inside. So I was like, okay, open the back door, go inside. Not 30 seconds later, my mom is coming to pick me up, right? Not 30 seconds later, the dude I'm hanging out with, he comes in the back door, and I hear the back door slam, and he goes, nope. And he just walks away, right? And my mom calls me about 2 minutes later, and she goes, there is a bear walking down
Yeah.
his driveway.
Yeah. I've heard stories about bears and whatnot and around that area, Horseheads.
I said, what?
Yeah.
This motherfucker
Just came in and was like, nope.
this
Closed the
motherfucker
door,
came
probably
in,
sat
closed the
down.
door. Dude, so we was
He
chilling.
was done with the day.
He didn't know if it was real or not, is the thing.
No.
So, like, he saw the bear, and he was
He's
like,
nope.
nope. And he just turned around and went inside. He wasn't sure if it was a real bear, you know what I'm saying?
He opens the door.
I got a lot in common with that guy then, because that would be my exact reaction. Like, nope, I'm done with the outside world today. Nope, real or not, I'm staying here.
Oh God. But yeah, so I thought I was just, having an experience, but no, apparently there was a bear just walking down the driveway. It went for the garbage can that was out back, I guess. It can have it.
Jesus.
Oh God, you remember me telling you about that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I got extremely lucky. My bowels really saved my ass that night because I wouldn't have been sure if that was real or not either. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I mean,
Would your
honestly,
bowels
you
have been
probably
safe
would've-
still?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm glad I went to evacuate him when I did.
You still probably would have noped out like he did too. So
I would have
There's
noped to
that.
the bathroom. That's for sure.
Beer. Ooh,
if you hadn't had the shit at that point, you would have.
Good thing there was 2 bathrooms.
Honestly, if anything, it probably saved you a pair of pants.
yeah.
Said you waited probably about another 30 seconds. They would have evacuated it anyway.
Oh
Have a
man.
bear, and then it moves, and then you're like, deuce.
It's like as soon as the question's asked, there's a twitch. And it's, well, there goes those pants. Glad I wore my brown pants today.
I think I was in shorts.
Although sadly white underwear.
It would have been a squeak followed by a slap.
It's running down my leg.
Oh, fuck. Oh. The whole 5 or 10 of our viewers, I hope you guys have a twisted sense of humor.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, it's something. That's for certain. Anyway.
Anyway, that was, this week's episode of Story Time.
Pretty much.
Okay, moving on.
If you guys like nonsense and stupid stories, well, you've come to the right place. Here at the Herbalist Podcast, we specialize in those.
Who's this go to?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Did you give it to me?
No.
No?
I think you've just been kind of sitting on it.
Oh,
It's been story time.
my bad.
You were telling a story. You had a microphone.
Yeah. Anyway,
You'll have that on the bigger jobs. Side note, over the last week or so, I'm sure you guys have noticed it, and I'm sure our viewers don't care. They can't see it. I've been starting to get gray hairs.
Frank's like, oh, tell me more.
you got gray hairs?
Yeah.
At least you have fucking hair. You
I know.
what-
I
you-
can't.
you-
I
you
can't.
know-
I can't say too much.
you- You're
My
a year older
hairline-
than me, asshole.
my hair.
Rob's a fucking vampire, in case you didn't know.
My
Known
hairline.
Rob for almost 10 years now, and he hasn't changed a day.
That's kind of, well, somewhere in my family line, we go gray early on in life, and a lot of my favorite characters have been like the gray platinum kind of hair. So I've always been kind of tickled pink and hoping I get it, and I've had to wait this long for it. And my one other coworker, no, you probably won't meet him right away, but he kind of pokes at me about it now a little bit, but he even pointed it out that it's going to be kind of
Nosferatu
weird
Day.
because I look 10 years younger than I really am, and now I'm going gray. As soon as I keep, like, it's more prevalent and whatnot, it's kind of going to be a mind fuck.
This fucking guy.
It's gonna be a when you say
I mean,
it's gonna be a
it really is. I mean, I can't refute it.
People think I'm like 45, man. Well, when I don't shave, they do. I'm 33.
33.
I'm gonna be 35 in a few months.
Fuck off. Motherfucker. I'll be 34 in a few months. Fuck off. I'm not 45, damn it.
I am not 45.
I just don't understand it because I got some miles on me.
Are they country miles or city miles?
To be fair, I thought you were like 28 when you were 17.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
I've kind of almost looked like this since I was 17.
He just right.
Just rubbing salt in the wound, aren't
I'm
you?
sorry.
You know, just
I don't understand it either.
lemon juice. Just straight lemon juice and salt.
I
Just
mean,
he said,
it's
is
not
this a
that
clean
I.
piece of skin? Let me rub it raw for you.
It's not that I haven't aged because I can kind of
You got a few
I can
laugh
s-
lines there.
I can see it. I can see the age setting in now. I mean, it's gently setting in.
Well,
Despite everything, for some odd reason, I'm still in good shape, and I've even
Well,
noticed that lately too.
according to science, you're getting to the threshold of where you're going to age rapidly, no matter who you are. So there's 2 times in your life where you actually age rapidly instead of grow rapidly, where you age rapidly. It's right about when you turn 40, something happens in your body and you start to age progressively faster. And then right about when you turn 60, something happens in your body and then you start to age progressively faster again.
Genetics also plays into that too,
Yeah. But that's why I said about, because that's an average. You know what I'm
because
saying?
my great grandparents aged actually pretty well gracefully, and I'm at this point kind of almost certain somewhere along the way I have a bit of native blood in me. So, and they age pretty well too.
Yeah, there are a lot of old motherfuckers.
And I mean, honestly, at this point now too, apart from a couple bad habits, I kind of take care of myself pretty well.
I wish I could say the same. I need to
Somebody,
quit smoking cigarettes.
some
and eat
people's
right.
bodies are a temple. I consider mine an ashtray.
Oh, I've beat if you're using that analogy.
fucked up.
I've definitely put a lot of holes in those walls. They're just kind of plastered over at this point.
I was gonna say my body is like the $30 motel.
Oh boy!
Like
Do not take a black light to the sheets, folks,
the
unless you want to go blind.
my body's like the $30 or $40 motel from like 15 years ago that some rich guy
It's-
bought and remodeled.
It's seen some things. Maybe a murder or two. You don't know. Those walls aren't going to tell you, but maybe.
No, I'll never tell.
Seen some,
No, never tell.
seen some suspicious things.
Anyway, so continuing on our suspicious things rant.
I
I
didn't do it.
no, I want to
Allegedly.
It wasn't me. Allegedly. Oh, pitter patter.
I want to continue our segment that we did from last week, the fucked up song segment.
Ah, yes.
It gets really hard to remember shit the more blunts we smoke.
Yeah, I'm kind of good.
I got shit to do. I might need to finish this. You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm kind of well toasted. I also
So-
woke up pretty groggy today. I got a few things to get done while the little one's in the school before work tonight.
Yeah. Damn it. All right. So the song lyrics.
Okay.
We're doing the song
What
lyric
is
thing.
this song?
I got a couple of them this week. Trying to figure out which one I want to do today. Let's see.
Oh, I feel better. I'm kind of almost certain that one of the microphones picked that up. That was pretty.
Relieving.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
All right.
I gotta jot the names down, bud, so I can make sure I include the links. So we can't actually put the song on here for copyright reasons. We don't have access or
The money.
to be able to use the song. So we're just gonna
Yeah,
give you
and-
the name and include the link below, so you guys can go check them out for
legal.
yourself.
That's legal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because we're not actually playing
You
the
can
song.
talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay,
You could
'cause this
just not
guy
physically
definitely
play
had the money to fuck us
their
up.
audio.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. What's the
The song or
Yeah.
the artist?
both?
Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah, dude. There's my friend brought it up. There's a couple in there. I'm like, what? He goes like, there's a couple in there. He's like, well, what's that from? That's from Born in the USA. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay. So you ready for it? Now, not a lot of people know the song, but they don't really listen to it. You know I'm right,
Mhm.
right? Very first verse. Does anybody know how this song starts?
No.
The very first verse, he says he was born down in a dead man's town. The first kick I took was when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much till you spend half your life just covering up.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Well, obviously he's talking about being born in the South. And then he said end up like a dog that's been beat too much. So he's talking about childhood trauma, obviously, and covering up somebody else's trauma, basically. But anyway, verse 2, got into a little hometown jam, so they put a rifle in my hand, sent me to a foreign land, go to kill the yellow man. That's literally him talking about getting in trouble at home. Fucking, they sent him to the army. They sent him to Vietnam.
Especially the phrasing on that is
Yeah,
kind of, and that's a really popular song too.
I know.
Now
That's the one Cody
I-
would say, and I'm like,
Like,
what?
what?
He's
the fuck?
literally talking about a tortured life. You know what I'm saying? Being brought up and abused, and then doing something at home, getting sent to the army instead of jail, because they used to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Going off to Vietnam. And it's the phrasing of that kind of makes
Yeah.
it fucked up. Like, I mean, dark subject matter and stuff like that's nothing unusual for.
But for such a
songs.
regularly played song that
Yeah.
you really never catch that part of it. in the
Yeah,
song.
and no one brings that up, especially how touchy everyone is now about certain things. You'd think someone would have caught that by now.
Oh, they do. I mean, there's a whole article, there's a whole thing. It's a protest song about Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I meant the phrasing on it. How kind of sent off to fight the yellow man.
Well, it's not necessarily that old.
But yeah, the whole thing, like everybody loves that song, and it's a patriotic song, Born in the USA or whatever. But like when you listen to it, no, it's not. It's talking shit about the whole concept of it. Fucking
It's the irony in it.
yes.
There's usually a message in music,
Yeah.
depending. That's kind of why I don't follow a lot of mainstream stuff, because the chunks and bits and bobs I hear of it's kind of brain rot.
Yeah. Verse 5 is talking about how he ends up in prison. He says,
Really?
down in the shadow of the penitentiary, out by gas fires of the refinery, I'm 10 years burning down the road, ain't got nowhere to run, ain't got nowhere to go.
Oh.
I mean, that just skips to the end of the song, but if you listen
You
to
know,
it,
I kind of have more of an appreciation for that song because I can hear it, what I remember of it in my head, and it's kind of more of a major progression and kind of upbeat.
Yeah, upbeat. Yeah,
And
it's a really upbeat song, yeah, but it's talking
It's-
about some fucked up shit.
It's a delightfully fucked up song, and I kind of now have a respect for this because I appreciate those kind of songs. It's really interesting.
Right. I wanted to do this one today to show people like this is way older than the songs that we were talking about the other day. This is not a new concept.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? They have been doing this for fucking years. As a matter of fact, we got everybody thinks that, you know, we got more overt about everything, we're more direct, but actually we got more indirect and started using more melodies and whatnot. If you'd like, I could play you some songs from the 30s and 40s. You probably know the ones that I'm thinking of. You
I
ever
can
heard
think
of a
of
guy
a-
named Tom? I can't. Lear. How do you pronounce that last name? Lhe. I don't know.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Oh God, he is fucked up.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. American music history is quite quite colorful. If you want to get into that,
You know,
like even
I could always play you
Lead
that song,
Belly.
"My Girl's Pussy."
Yeah, there's stuff like that. Then there's
I think that might actually be public domain because it's so old.
it could be.
I'll have to
Like,
look that up. If it is public domain, I'll play it for you people. That's a fucked up song.
Yeah, some of Lead Belly's work is really
It's funny
dark
as hell.
too, and some people kind of actually theorize that he did some of the stuff in these songs because way back when music was actually first being recorded, there was a team. I can't remember if they were brothers or just partners, but they got the idea because they had the equipment and they figured out a way to transport it. So they found a way to get the funding and they went across the country looking for like all the top songwriters and stuff in the area so they could record them and get like a countrywide catalog. First time anything this it had ever been done.
Mm.
And when they heard about Lead Belly, they had to go to the penitentiary to meet him.
Wow.
And he got pardoned because of his music.
Wow.
Yeah, Lead
No.
Belly was a felon. And Nirvana did a cover of one of his songs,
Right.
In the Pines.
Yeah.
Most people only know that version. That is originally a Lead Belly song,
know,
and that's from like the
son.
1920s.
Damn.
Yes. It may have been a little bit older than that, but yeah.
One of
People
my favorites
fucking
is
with people.
Hound Dog Taylor. He could,
Yeah, like there's the whole little subculture of fucked up and delightfully fucked up things is I'm not sure if it's a worldwide thing, but we can definitely say it's an American trope if you dig deep enough, no matter how far back you go.
Hound Dog Taylor had 6
Yes,
Finger
that
that he
dude's
could use.
nuts.
so he could play slide and still use all the fingers that we would normally use.
So, I love that you said that. Have you ever played the Assassin's Creed games?
I've
We've
watched
talked
people
about
play
this,
them.
bud.
So Assassin's Creed 3, set during the American Revolution, right? There is a monologue where you can go in, you have to go in early in the game to where it's in like 1750 something. It hasn't, the time skip hasn't happened to where it's in the Revolution yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a point where you can go in and talk to Benjamin Franklin in his shop in Boston, I believe, right? If you go in and you stand there for long enough, he'll begin to talk, and it's a manifesto that supposedly Benjamin Franklin wrote,
Oh.
right? And he's talking, giving you these talking points, right? All about why it's better to take a young woman as your wife and an older woman as your mistress. He gives you 7 points on it. I swear to God. So yes, this thing goes all the way back to the beginning.
Ben Franklin?
Yes.
Yeah, he was actually a notorious player.
Yeah.
He had a lot of girlfriends and whatnot over in France. He got around.
Oh yes, he
Our
did.
founding fathers were actually quite wild.
Yeah, they would been, dude. Our founding fathers, if they were alive today, would incite a revolution.
Pretty much, yeah.
They'd be like, "Wait,
We're-
I can't do what?"
That's not what we set this up for, folks. We're burning it all. Yeah, they were pretty well outlaws.
They were stacking bodies over a how much tax increase?
2%. 2%.
2%.
They stacked bodies over 2%.
Yep.
How much taxes do you pay
I don't
out
know
of your
that.
paycheck?
I don't know the true percentage.
You don't
Frank.
know? I figured it out one time. It's really easy to do. So you just take what you grossed.
I know.
And then-
I know the math equation, but
Yeah.
not the current.
It's like
end result.
24%,
24.
roughly.
I was going to say 20.
It's like 24. Sometimes it's upwards of 27, depending on if you work overtime.
Jesus.
It's fucking stupid. Anyway, you could argue that we have a lot more services and whatnot available now. You could also argue that funds are being misappropriated because they are. You know what I'm saying? With something as large as this, it's impossible to appropriate everything correctly. It's just the fact, reality. No one will ever properly appropriate everything in something as large as our country.
No
It's
system
impossible.
No system is perfect, and as long as it's in the control of humans, it is even more fallible. Because humans are very fallible.
So
We are.
fundamental law of reality is man is basically imperfect. So that means everything that we create is also imperfect, including like our governments, our artificial realities, our artificial intelligences. At some point, it's going to fail. It's just the reality. And that's when you need to fix it.
It's a cyclic pattern.
Nothing created by man is meant to last forever. Anyway.
Well, not to get in, again, another philosophical subject, but this is kind of like where philosophy meets science for me, because I kind of got, I think about it sometimes. I go on little weird thought tangents while I'm at work, because I love the fact that I can cook, and since I've done it so long and it's more commercialized, I like it, but there isn't really genuinely too much thought to it.
Okay.
So it lets me just kind of mentally go where I want to go. And I've got thinking about that too. And actually science fiction is what got me thinking about it. And it was Warhammer in particular. Because in 40K, just like all other types of fantasy, there's a faction called the Orcs. Now, there's a built-in genetic thing that stops them from becoming too dominant of a species. And that's the fact that they'll fight each other. And now, this is where my brain goes with it, and it's probably kind of way off basis because the two thoughts kind of only tangibly connect, but I've also got thinking about like the way we are as a species, and we tend to keep repeating certain things, which is why we get to a certain point and then fall back down, get to a certain point and fall back down. There's a concept.
The old cataclysmic event always helps too.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I
We're
was.
the orcs.
That's kind of where I was getting at. It's in terms of cataclysmic events, it's what's known as like the Great Filter. It's what point, what level of an extinction level event can a species survive? and whatever can survive that makes it through that filter. And now we've discovered that at a certain point, everything stops. So there's, to an extent, a great filter for everything. And I kind of wonder if that little inbred flaw or what have you is kind of like our filter. Like it kind of also gets you down some other interesting thought processes if you really want to get into it as well.
Yeah. I think we're the orcs because we reproduce at an alarming rate.
Kinda, I really like how the way the whole Warhammer lore and whatnot is all set up, just because there's so many references and so much subcontext in the way that things work.
All right. Well, to be honest with you people, I think we're gonna stop rambling there today.
Yeah, that's really kind of all we've done. It's been story time this week.
Yeah. I think we told a couple of good stories.
Yeah, there's a few.
We got a few pieces of information out there too. You know, like your new singles and whatnot.
Yep.
You know, we talked about.
We got one of the delightfully fucked up songs out of the way.
Yeah. No. And we talked about that stupid motherfucker with 7 emotional support tigers.
Yeah, that was. I don't think we talked about pot at all this episode.
Yeah. We were stoned.
Yeah, we were.
Anyway. Until next week, y'all have fun. We will see you next week.
That is now going to be a running joke.
For all 5 or 10 of you.
Yes, all 5 or 10 of you. You know what's going to be funny if we do eventually get like a massive amount of listeners?
They're going to be the 5 or 10.
Yeah, that's going to be like a little in-joke that no one will probably understand. It's just like the whole 5 or 10 of you.
We'll have to explain it one day.
I don't want to. If it gets to that point, I just want to leave it a mystery.
Well, they're going to go back in the episodes and listen. Hopefully.
And, exactly. You see where I'm going.
All right. We'll see all 5 or 10 of you next week.
Later.
Yes, we will. We are out.